Hey there, my name is Eli, and in this video, I'll be covering some of the different types of media that you can generate with Marky. And then we'll also cover the newest type of media called AI images and the new Nano Banana Pro type image editing that you can use in Marky. And then also how credits work in Marky in relation to the newest AI features. So let's hop into it. Lots to cover today, so let's get started. So I'm in Marky here, and when you go to generate posts, you can generate posts using this button, or you can open up the more options menu. In the more options menu, you can see all the different types of media you can generate with Marky. Here you can open up the media tab, and you can see that you can generate using images, designs, memes, GIFs, or AI images. So here you can select one. If you haven't used this already, you can say, I only want to generate as is images. You can type in what you want to generate. That all works the same. Designs will use your themes that you have selected on your account, but then we've also added some few new types. So there's meme here, and that will pull from the memes that Marky has in its stock library. So if you just want an easy way to quickly generate some memes, you can use that option. And then there's also GIFs that will pull from our GIF library to generate posts with GIFs. And then lastly, and the one we'll be focusing on the most in this video, is AI images. So we've added this new advanced AI feature to generate AI image-based posts. Now, there's a lot of really cool stuff to cover here, but before we get into that, let's look at what kind of posts you can generate using AI images. So in drafts here, we've generated some different images already using this AI image feature. Let's look at this post here. So this is an AI image generated post. It has the text, it has annotations, and this was actually a photo from our photo library, so it pulled that in, and it pulled in the logo from our brand, and it also pulled in information like this testimonial is from our library in Marky. And so it's pulling all these separate details about your information, your brand, your logo, your colors, and it's going to create a post with all that information. Now, some of the newest models are pretty impressive about what kind of designs they can do. And let's just take a look at some of those. I put a few in here. This is a one that we generated for automotive industry. And so here it has a pretty in-depth guide on, gasoline engines, diesel, electric. It has a whole bunch of callouts, very detailed, very impressive type AI image generation. And this is kind of the type of fidelity that you can expect when you're using this feature in Marky. Here's another graphic that shows kind of how the engine works and the whole process. And so infographics are a great use of some of the AI generated images. And then there's also just helpful infographics or just designs that you can create with AI images. So for this one, this is like a dental care post, but you can see how it even creates these great graphics and puts in details about your business and has information about your domain and also call to actions, all that kind of stuff. So AI images are great for a little bit more freedom on your designs, on your posts, and you can now do that in Marky. So let's look at it. If I go in here to generate an AI image, I have a few options. Now, currently, the main way to access this is through this drop down. You can choose AI images. You can choose a palette for that AI image, and so that's a great way if you want to use your brand colors for whatever post or design that image the AI generates. You can do that and select this color, and now it's going to use that palette when generating posts. You can also choose things like an aspect ratio and then what model you want to use. This is the first place that we're introducing credits, and I'll give the second part of this video. I'll talk a little bit more about credits and how those work. But you can choose the basic Nano Banana. That's the previous version, and then the state of the art just came out a little bit ago, Banana Pro, which is really great at making more complex graphics, especially those infographics with a lot of details and things like that. You can access that here as well. So that is the new AI image feature, along with kind of the other different media options. We did add another way to customize what type of post you're getting. So in your workspace settings here, if you go down there, you'll see this creative type distribution category. And here you can see what kind of creative types you're generating. Now, this is in relation to that basic generate post. So if you click this generate post, by default, it'll pull from your themes. It'll just make designs. It's not going to use AI images. It's not going to do GIFs, but you can now choose what mixture of posts you want when you click that button. So here, if I wanted Right now it's just 100% designs, but I could do, 20% design, 20% images, some GIFs, some memes, and some image, like just some as is images. I could just do a full sweep of a little bit of all of them. And then now whenever I generate posts, it's going to use that distribution and we'll kind of create a mixture of posts. So that's a great feature if you want to mix up what kind of posts you're generating by default. You can set your preferences here. They just have to total up to 100%. But yeah, so that's how you can set your default distribution of media when you're going to generate from the post tab. Now, all of these things are available to you on release. They should be in the product. The one thing to note is that AI image gen does use credits. So in order to offer some more advanced AI type features that are really cost heavy on our side, we added a credit system. And this just means we can offer you new state of the art type technology instead of having to raise prices or having to, only have really cheap stuff in our product. We can kind of offer you top of the line type stuff, and then you can just use it based on your preferences. If you want to use that feature, you can. You don't have to, that kind of thing. And so let's look at credits. All right, so to check out how many credits you have, you can open up your account. Now only the owner of the organization or of the plan will be able to see this information. But you can go to manage account, and then you'll see how many credits you have at your disposal here. Something to note: we are granting credits based on your payment frequency and your payment type. So if you bought Marky as a lifetime deal type thing, you're going to get a whole bunch of credits right up front as a lifetime deal type thing. If you're paying for Marky on a monthly basis, you're going to get credits on a monthly basis. So it just depends on your payment method. How you're paying for Marky will determine kind of how you're receiving credits from Marky. So with that said, here you can see your credit balance, kind of currently how much you have at your disposal. You can purchase additional credits if you're looking to get additional. And then you can also view your history or ledger, and that just shows you how many credits you've been spending lately or any new credits that have been added to your account. So in an effort of transparency to kind of help you know what you're spending credits on, you can view that here. There's also some nice little charts you can see on what workspaces are costing credits or spending credits and what that trend looks over time. So you can see a lot of information about how your credits are being spent there. You can also get more information about how credits work in that little tooltip. And yeah, that's pretty much how credits work. Now, if you have an organization, I think those are the higher tier plans that have an organization workspace. You also have the ability to manage your credits per workspace. So if you want to limit how many credits each workspace can use or has access to, you can do that in the workspace settings. Here you can say what the limit is for this user. So I could say, I only want this workspace to use up to 20 credits. And this is based on a month, so they'll only use up to 20 credits within a month. And you can also see the credit history for that specific business. And that's just a great way, like if you're managing clients and you want to manage how many credits they have access to, or you're white labeling in some way, you can manage that limit. You can also just remove if you don't want to limit workspaces. You can do that as well. And also for those of you with an organization, you can view this same information in the table here. So in the columns, you'll be able to find a credit limit option that will show you what the current limit is that you set for that business. And you can, say, make this business have a limit of 40 and this one have a limit of 30, or however, if you want to manage that on your organization. So yeah, those are some of the ways that you can generate different types of media in Marky, and then also how you can use AI image generation in the posts that you make. Also, hopefully this gives you a little bit better understanding of how credits work in the system. I just want to reiterate that it's really important to us that we're not nickel and diming you for everything that you're doing in Marky. And so we're only using credits as a way to offer you state-of-the-art new AI features that otherwise would be cost prohibitive for us to be able to offer you. So hopefully this makes sense and you can understand how the system works. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next video.